So I wanted to share with you guys a story, right, on how God could transform people's lives like that, right? Now, this story takes place in the 4th century, right? And it involves four court officials. Now, while the court was at a city called Trier, I guess the court officials, they had some downtime, right? The emperor, he was watching the morning circus show. So they must have had leisure time. So these four officials decide, you know what, we're gonna, walk around by the city walls. Adjacent to the city walls was some gardens. So they're like, you know what, like we're just gonna go look around, right? Probably sightseeing and stuff like that. Now, as they're walking around, right, they decide, you know what, let's split up. So two of them go one way, the other two go a separate way. Two of the ones that go end up stumbling upon a cottage. And in that cottage, I guess some Christians, used to live there. Well, they would live there. So they go in there, whatever. One of them ends up finding a book on that life of Saint Anthony, right? This individual right here. So when I read that story, I had to get a more better understanding. I had to get the book, right. I read it yesterday. I got it yesterday. I read it all yesterday, just to get a fuller understanding, right. So they were reading. One of them was reading that book, right, on his life, and then right then and there, he started feeling like in his heart being moved, right. So he looks to his friend and he tells him like, oh, like tell me, like what are pretty much like saying like what are we working for, like what is the purpose of this, right. And he tells him, sure, like maybe we could end up working with the emperor and being friends with them or whatever's but he's like, even then it's always gonna be like we're gonna be having to navigate like hazardous uh you know perils and stuff like that. Like it's always gonna be risky, and he's like, who knows how long that would even take to get that type of promotion. But he's like, or I could become a friend of God like right now in this place, right? So then he tells his friend like, look, I already set it up. He continued reading a little bit, and then he tells his friend like, look, I already set my mind up. Like this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it here and now. If you don't have the stomach to bear it, like then at least please don't try to stop me. But his friend, on the contrary, he's like, I'm with you, like let's do it. So they both decide right then and there that they're gonna give up all their pretty much life for the Lord, right? And both of them were engaged. They were both engaged to women, and I guess when the news got back to their fiancés, they themselves gave themselves to the Lord and remained virgins, right? So as it was getting late in the day, right, their two friends go looking for them, right? They end up finding where they were at, and they tell them like, come on, like it's getting late, like we need to go back. And they tell their friends like, oh no, like we decided this is what we're gonna do.